Hey everybody. So, starting off, Mark 6:7, sending out the 12. And he called the 12 to himself and began to send them out two by two and giving them the power over unclean spirits. He commanded them to take nothing for the journey except a staff, no bag, no bread, no copper in their money belts, but to wear sandals and not to put on two tunics. Also, he said to them, now this is something that nothing we all need to hear. In whatever place you enter a house, stay there until you depart from that place, and whoever will not receive you nor hear you, when you depart from there, shake off the dust under your feet as a testimony against them. Assuredly, I say to you, it will be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. For they went out and preached that people should repent. And they cast out many demons, and anointed with oil many with illnesses and sick, and healed them. Now, on that note, I know that I have tried, and I've had it kind of knocked in my head, and that's going to be addressed here in a little bit, actually, almost like something passed down. But you're supposed to just keep trying, just hammer it in, and you'll get there. We all have that rebellious side. We all want to do what we're told, not to do, or the opposite at least. And if people will not accept the love of God that you were telling them about, you got to do like Jesus says: shake the dust off your feet. All right, so then we drop in on Mark 7. Jesus eating with the disciples. Pharisees come up with their scribes, and they inquire, why do your disciples not walk according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands? And I like this. He answers and said to them, well, did Isaiah prophesy of you hypocrites as it is written? This people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. And in vain they worship me, teaching his doctrines, the commandments of men. Flip on over to the next page here, and he turns over to the crowd. He says, hear me, everyone, and understand there is nothing that enters a man from outside that will defile him, but the things which come out of him, those are the things that defile him. The apostles had to ask what he meant by that afterwards. And he breaks it down and says, what enters the man from the outside cannot defile, because it does not enter his heart, but its stomach, and is eliminated, thus purifying all the foods. What? For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lewdness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile a man. Makes you realize why Jesus has to remodel that for you. Well, then we drop over to Mark 8. Everyone's heard this story, the feeding of the 4,000 with 7 loaves of bread and a few small fish. That's impressive, to say the very least. Now, I don't know about you. I'm doing pretty good if I can make an entire pizza do the trick, so that's pretty awesome. Now, what had happened was that the Pharisees came along, and they wanted a sign, a heavenly sign, because that just wasn't good enough. And it just made them sigh, and I can't blame them. He said, why does this generation seek a sign? Assuredly, I say to you, no sign shall be given to this generation. Now, they go to leave, and they get into the boat again, departed to the other side. Now the disciples had forgotten to take bread, so they only had one loaf. Now I'm sure that they were probably not too concerned after what he just did, what he could do with one loaf for that amount of people. But Jesus addressed them, and what he tells them is, "Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod." Now they think that this is just to do with them not having any bread. And he immediately addresses that because he already knows what's going on. And he says, "Why do you reason? Because you have no bread, do not perceive nor understand, as your heart is still hardened, having eyes." He has to remind them of what he just done and the reason why he's doing this. The leaven itself is not about the bread. A little bit of leaven makes an entire whole loaf. It affects the whole batch. So here's what happens. He's saying the leaven of the Pharisees and the Herod, those are the ways and mindsets of the world, the worldly ascertaining of things, the having to have the power and all these things. That is their leaven. And how just that little bit can grow and affect the entire batch, as leaven does. And what he's trying to remind them is of what he had just performed, what he had just done. It's not the fact that they forgot the bread, it's the fact that they're worried about it. You gotta have the faith. We all do.